Step 7 in our development process for part 2 says modify draw square to use 4 draw line statements instead of the single draw rect statement using XA, YA, etc., etc., etc. that we created before. You will need to use IX and IY to convert the floats to ints, and we'll just look at that in a second. So what we want to do now is replace this one draw rect statement with 4 draw line statements. And again, you can see what we're doing is we're trying to set ourselves up so that we're moving closer to the drawing that happens in CV spiral, CV square spiral, where we calculate vertices and where we draw our square like this, right? So actually what I'm going to do is I am just going to, since this is drawing a square as it is, I'm just going to copy these lines from part 1. So this is our CV square spiral from part 1, and I'm going to stick that on top of the draw rect. So instead of that draw rect, just paste that in. Okay, and since we've done all our calculations with our I's and J's and W's and all that, this should work. So let's make sure. Let's save that and go to checkerboard. And we should see nothing different, but now we're using these draw lines, so let's see. Yeah, so everything looks good. Okay. Is there anything else for that? Yeah. And why did we need to use the IX and IY? Let me just show you what happens if we just to make sure this is clear, if we just said YA here, we get a complaint because the draw line function requires ints as input. So whatever floats we have, we need to convert them with the IX and IY. Okay, and make sure I didn't break anything. Okay. So we're good to go. So that's step 7.